Hey guys, what is going on? Greenberg Gaming here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch and whether you should buy it on day one. Personally, I'm very hyped for the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out very soon on March 3rd. It's going to be $299, and there are only a few games that are going to come out on launch, it appears like now, which is kind of troubling for me because of the Wii U's lack of games made it unsuccessful. On March 3rd, there's going to be The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, there's going to be 1-2 Switch, there's going to be Super Bomberman R, and there's going to be a Skylanders game. Obviously, out of the 4 of those games that are scheduled to come out right now, Legend of Zelda is clearly the system seller, but if you have a Wii U, it's not worth it to get The Legend of Zelda because you can get it on the Wii U as well. So the one game that's really like a system seller you can buy on the Wii U if you already own that. So why bother upgrading to the Switch now if you can play the most anticipated title on the console you already have? And that's kind of the question that I'm asking myself. I'm not even that big of a Legend of Zelda fan, so I don't see the purpose in upgrading just to get Legend of Zelda. Then there's 1-2 Switch, which is kind of like the Nintendo gimmick game they usually give out with every console. They're not giving this one out. It's going to be $50. You know, they have like the quick draw game where you kind of have the gun at the side, you got to like lift it up and shoot. Then they have a game where you have to like milk the cow, and it's like a bunch of little mini games, you know. It's not really like, if they bundled it with the console I'd probably play it, but I don't know if it's worth me buying a new system just to get that. Super Bomberman R looked kind of cool, and Skylanders I've never really been interested in, so none of those games look like there are system sellers, you know, except for Legend of Zelda, which I've already said my thing about that. There are a couple other games scheduled to come out in March. You know, Snipper Clips, which actually looks kind of fun. It's like a puzzle game. You have to like fit into the pieces and stuff. That looks kind of fun. And there are a few other games that are releasing in March 2017, Just Dance, but aren't confirmed for launch necessarily. And then the next big game is going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition, which I also already own for Wii U, which, I mean, I'm not opposed to getting it for Switch because it does have the DLC. I never played the DLC, but I don't know if I want to pay $59.99 for a game that I already own, you know. Maybe if they have some kind of deal where if you trade in Mario Kart 8 for Wii U, you get the Deluxe Edition for $10. I'd definitely do that, but I don't know if I want to pay $59.99 for a game that I already own. I just don't see the point in that. And then the next big game that I'm looking forward to is Super Mario Odyssey, which is going to be later on in the year. So, I mean, the first real big game that I want isn't going to come out till the end of the year. And there's going to be the sports games, there's going to be FIFA, there's going to be NBA, which, you know, is a cool proposition of being able to play console quality games on the road. I might be looking into buying some of those games, particularly if Madden is released. I'm a pretty big fan of Madden, and if I can play the full console version of Madden on the go, that would be an enticing thing for me to own a Switch, if that is the case. So, I mean, right now, and if you look to other parts of the lineup, like they're redoing Skyrim. Skyrim's already been out since PS3 and Xbox 360, you know. I'm not going to buy a Switch so I can play a port of a game that's been out forever. But what is enticing about Skyrim is that Bethesda is finally going to be, you know, working with Nintendo. And I hope that with this partnership we see, you know, maybe Fallout 5 or whatever the next Elder Scrolls game is released the same day as every other console. If that's the case, I'm happy to see this port come. But I'm scared that, you know, the Skyrim port isn't going to sell well, and then Bethesda's going to say, you know, we don't want to release any more games. But really, it's just because it's a game that's been out forever, not necessarily that it's the Switch's fault. So I hope that, you know, Bethesda and, you know, other third-party developers stick with the Switch, because that might be actually an enticing reason to buy one, is that you can play those console-quality games on the go. So I'm going to be interested to see what the Nintendo Switch's launch lineup not only is now, but into the future. I'm a little bit scared because the lineup right now, there's nothing like super like I have to buy this console for. And that's what Nintendo really needs, is games. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. Are you going to buy a Nintendo Switch? Are you worried about the seeming lack of games? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm really hyped for Switch, and I like the Joy-Cons and the controllers and the, you know, the portability of it and how many different ways you can play. But I'm just a little bit concerned that the games aren't going to be there, and that was the case with Wii U, and we saw what happened with Wii U. So, but it does look like Switch is what the Wii U should have been, you know. Basically this, but, you know, without the actual need for the console. Just take this with you. So, again, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please leave a like on this video if you liked, and subscribe if you want to see more videos covering the Nintendo Switch and other videos like this. And I'll catch you in the next one.